great points. Lots of great points there. So you're well aware of the fact that you're going into one of the most focused on contests that's about to take place in 2010.
Right.
Chet Edwards, almost 20 years he's
Right.
been in our district, which ironically is about 65% registered Republican. So last election he spent $2.1 million defeating Carnot. Towards the end, he just overwhelmed him with negative ads and overwhelmed the media, the television, radio, anything you can think of. And ultimately, it swayed the voters.
Mm-hmm.
To what lengths do you think Washington will be involved now to ensure victory for Chet Edwards in 2010?
Oh, he's going to get huge support out of Washington, D.C., but more importantly, he's going to get huge support by contributors who are outside of our district. They're not necessarily part of the Democratic Party. I mean, the vast majority of his money comes from outside anyway. It doesn't come from citizens within our district. Look, I think the Republicans have had a problem with Representative Edwards for 20 years because they continually underestimate him. He is a very fine politician. Now, people throw that word around as though it's some nasty word, but let me tell you, this is a man who has truly mastered his art. If you count the time in the State House, he has nearly 3 decades as a politician. It's hard to turn anywhere in this district and find somebody that Chet Edwards didn't find $200,000 for their road intersection or for their high school parking lot. I mean, he has been very good at that. Mm-hmm. The problem is that meanwhile, while he has been bringing money back to the district, he's been part of a group that's been making promises that can't be fulfilled. He's part of a team that has written into law things that we just can't keep doing. The deficit in the future is not just spinning out of control, it is a yawning gap. Look, I'm asked over and over, because of my background in Homeland Security, what worries you most? When you go to bed at night, are you most worried about a nuclear attack or a biological weapon or terrorist bombs or chemical weapons or cyber attack? We have lots of things to worry about. What worries me the most is the deficit that has been put in place by Representative Edwards and others over the last 20 years. All those other things I mentioned, they're all maybes. Dealing with this massive deficit, hundreds of times larger than anything we've dealt with before, this is a reality. This is a certainty. We must come to grips with that. And so I do think that he will have a huge amount of outside money that he will bring to bear. Certainly anybody who's watched him in the past knows he's the master of the negative campaign ad. He can create something out of almost nothing. Yeah, I expect to see that. I'm sure I'll get beaten up by something that's a small issue somewhere in my background that's overinflated. That's the way professional politicians do business. Here's what's different this time. The American people are on to this. They are not going to be swayed, I don't think, by these small issues. The people in this district realize that a guy who is so worried about their opinion that he can't hold a town hall, who comes home from Washington and hides from them, and then to pretend some telephone town hall will serve the purposes, or some control meeting service. This guy knows he's in trouble. And he's not in trouble with me or a small segment of Republicans as he's trying to paint. He is in trouble with the vast majority of the voters who realize we are headed in the wrong direction, and he is part of the team that's on the bridge of the ship. You know, iceberg ahead. What are you guys doing? Can't we steer around this? Only with new leadership.